Hello and welcome back to the channel. As you can see and probably hear, we're doing something a little bit different today. We're outdoors. We're at Tamworth, Daytona Tamworth, and we're going to be racing in the Dmax. Just slightly different to the indoor karts that we're used to. So stay tuned, it's going to be a fast one. I thoroughly enjoyed this. Thanks for joining us. So we're back and we're just doing the practice qualifying session. So we get 10 minutes in this session just to set up some lap times, and then we're going to have a 20-minute race with grid positions derived from our best laps of this session. So we're going a little bit slow at the minute, but we was told in the briefing that the karts were cold. They had a bit of use today with the first ones out in them. So we didn't really want to break them or do any damage to them. I wanted to get them nice and warmed up. Now they did say if we did damage them or break any of them that we wouldn't get a replacement today, because the next day on Sunday they were having a 3-hour endurance race and they wanted to keep the karts in tip-top condition for that. So we're just going a little bit conservative at the moment, just trying to build the heats up and, you know, get everything how it should be. Now I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank all you guys for subscribing over the last couple of weeks. Had quite a big increase since we started putting out in the videos that we wanted people to subscribe and try and make the channel the best it can. So big thank you to you guys for subscribing. Now if you haven't subscribed, if you're one of the 80% of the people that watch my videos but haven't subscribed to my channel, then give this one a view and please consider it. I could do with an extra couple of subscribers because we haven't got many at all, but the ones we have got, we are going to try and make the best videos that we can. And I feel like I owe it to you guys, because you guys are taking the time to subscribe and watch my videos, then you know I really owe it to you guys to be putting in a bit of effort and try and make these videos the best they can be. I'm not the best at commentary, as you can probably tell. It's not my strongest point, it's not something I feel comfortable with, but it's what's needed to try and push these videos forward. So we're going to crack on with it, and hopefully in time, in a couple of months, I'll get a little bit better and it'll be a little bit easier for me to do. Would you believe that this is all still edited on my smartphone? I don't actually have a computer. It's something I'd like to get in the future, just to make things a bit easier for myself, because it is a bit difficult on a smartphone. But I'm proving that you can get by with the little tools that you've got and try and make something that's quite good. But that's enough waffle about the channel and subscriptions and all that sort of stuff. Let's talk about what we're here for, and that's racing. So the Dmax Karts have raced once or twice before. I think the first time I raced the Dmax I was just with the mates from work, and it was way before, about 5 years before I even started doing the stuff on YouTube. So I was a total novice when I did it then, and I'll tell you the truth, the first time I went out all them years ago, they bloody scared me, because these karts shift down that straight and they absolutely scream. They just keep revving and revving and revving. So it's nice to come back. I did come back about 2 years ago to Dmax and did another race, and on that corner there we've just gone through, at the start of the race I 180'd it at that corner and ended up going backwards, and I had about 10 karts facing me, all trying to miss me and dodge me. So that sort of ended in disaster. I sort of spent most of the race trying to fight back up, but I did qualify quite high. So I do have a bit of speed in these karts, and it's something I'd want to do a lot more. I think they are the Rotax karts, or Rotax engines in them. So they're a bit of a taste of what the professional racers are racing sometimes. I know they can get faster ones, and these are been detuned and everything like that. So, but they are just a taste of it. And if you haven't raced Dmax before, I really do suggest you just go and book a session. Even if you just book a 20-minute practice session in the week, they're quite cheap. Yeah, get it booked, get down there and just see what it's about. You definitely won't regret it. And so jumping straight forward onto the actual qualifying lap. This was the last lap of the session, which I got my fastest time in. So we're just about scraped through with that. Look at the speed as you come down there. You got to try and be as brave as you can into that corner. Try and come out wide. There's a little bit of a crest. I think I was braking just before it. I'm not too sure that was the right thing to do. Like I said, I'm a bit of a novice. If any of you guys out there that race Dmax quite often, then I'd love to hear your advice in the comments and put me right in a few places. I can try and claw a bit of lap time back. If you're seeing that bit of locking the back wheels up, seems to be a problem I have in these Dmax karts is the brakes. I just can't seem to get it right. They're either on or off sometimes for me, which is, it's a strange feeling. So I do lock the back up quite often, unintentionally. So we're coming up just to finish the lap off now. It's not at that time in Beacon, it's the one down the bottom of the hill today. So they're having problems with the one at the top, so we get the checkered flag there at the bottom. So, and that's the same for the race as well. So the start of the race will be when we pass that little bridge or bit of scaffolding across the track down on that corner. So we're going to do the queue of shame. This is where you queue up in Dmax and you find out what grid position you're in from your times. Just turn the engine off. And our times weren't too bad. 60.8 was our fastest, and we did that on the last lap. And that was good enough to get us into third position for the start of the race. So I was really chuffed with that when they called me through into third, but that was a really good effort considering my lack of experience in the Dmax karts. And here we are. This is the start of the race. And if you're new to Dmax, they do a rolling start, which means we're going to grid up now and we're going to follow each other around in grid order. We're in third. We've got our mate in fourth next to us on the left, and then the two guys in front qualified in first and second. There's a few more behind as well, and not so quick as us. So just follow it round, trying to get with him, get close to him, and we get the green flag. That means we can all go. Now I didn't want to do the same mistake I did again that I did last time I went Dmax and stuffed it straight on this corner, because I tried to do it flat out with cold tyres. So we went a bit conservative and we didn't spin, which was brilliant. So we didn't end up going backwards. We managed to keep third place, and that's it now. You know, I can start to just try and get a bit more heat in them tyres, just to try and give us that bit of extra comfort, or you know, a bit of safety. Kick oversteer then, which wasn't intentional, but it did leave those guys to pull a bigger gap out in front, and they were quick. You know, them guys have been a few times, so I was expecting them just to disappear like they do shortly. It's not a bad opening first lap. So come round to the final head, we just see the kart and hear it twitching a little bit on the brakes. So again, I'm not the best on the brakes with these Dmax karts. I do tend to lock the wheels up quite often, and it seems like we're fighting it. You know, we're trying to keep that back end in check and not chuck you into a spin, because it can happen so fast in these karts. You lock it up for too long or anything like that, and it just whips around on you, and all of a sudden you've got 10 angry bees facing you. And you're trying to dodge out of their way, or hoping that they dodge out of your way. So we're going to skip a bit forward. We're on lap 7 now. We've built up an okay gap to fourth place. This is the start of my fastest race lap. I'm not going to do any commentary over it, I'll just leave you to enjoy it. fastest race lap that we did manage to get a sub 60 second time. Sub 60 second time was a 59.8, so we just scraped it under, but I was aiming to get less than 60 seconds because I don't know, it just seems like a good number to get less than. I think most people hover around about 60, 61 seconds unless you've got a bit of experience on it, and then you should be really below 60. So we got there in the end, and we got there on lap 7. So we're skipping forward to quite close to the end of the race, and we're coming up to lap some back markers. Now I was a bit nervous approaching these back markers because if I've got them up in 20 minutes, it can't be that quick or experienced. So I was a bit wary of them. And as you can see, the guy got a really bad exit from the hairpin, which let us just slip it down the inside into what would have been turn 1 if that was the timing beacon, but we're using this one down the bottom. This lad's quite slow through, isn't really good in it, so we tried to stick it around the outside. We sort of don't get far enough alongside of him, and we were going to bump into him, so we had to take some evasive action then, which put us on the grass. And 4th place was just to our right then, so 4th place has now caught us up, which this is what I was dreading about having to overtake these guys, was getting tangled up in some sort of madness with them. And I had a quick shake of my head then. It was more for me just saying that was shit, you need to try again. I'd try again, we do. So we just catch back up with this lad now. We are aware now 4th place is right on our bumper, and we're not doing too bad. We don't decide to chuck it down the inside or around the outside on the hairpin. I think it's too risky. I'm not too sure what he's going to do. We get a really bad exit from the hairpin and he starts pulling away from us. But we know he's going to go slow around this bottom corner like he did on the previous lap, so we'll just bide our time. We're still in 3rd, which he does. We slowed down. I probably should have went round the outside then, but that's just my lack of experience. But this time we proper send it this time. We get the kart fully down the side of him, use a bit of the runoff, and then we get the move done, which weren't too bad. So, and that was quite close to the end of the race. He does hold 4th place up quite a bit, and that gives us a nice cruise to the checkered flag to collect 3rd position. So there we have it. Just gonna get the radio confirmation that we can go through to the podium. We got it. So it's official, we got 3rd place, and I was mega happy with that. I wasn't expecting to come away with a trophy, and I'm a bit of a trophy hunter. I do like getting them, so I was chuffed. I was well chuffed. It's always nice to pick up something for just a Saturday afternoon karting with your mate. A good, clean, sort of clean, if it wasn't for trying to overtake the back markers, race at a Dmax, and we managed to pick up a bit of silverware too. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'm going to cut it there, and please remember to like and subscribe. If you are a bit of a Dmax racer, get in the comments, give me some tips. Be harsh, I don't care, I can take it, I'm a grown man. And yeah, just give me some tips on how I can do a bit better. Cheers guys, thanks for watching, please remember to subscribe.